50 cents.
They can add blue food coloring.
Or straight up green.
We're here at the Student Center Cafe, where singer Jennifer Hayek rocked the house with her musical performance. This story coming up on News 22.
I'm here at the Student Center, where I found out what the Eastern community has planned for St. Patrick's Day.
The Interculture Center opens up their doors for ECSU students to examine other cultures. Find out more on News 22.
Good evening, Eastern Connecticut, and welcome to News 22. I'm Craig Horsley.
And I'm Devin Green.
After dropping slightly last month, gasoline prices in Connecticut have started climbing again. The AAA said that the average price of gasoline is about $3.32, up 16 cents from the $3.16 state motorists were paying in February. A year ago, the price was $2.69 a gallon in Connecticut and $2.54 nationally. The highest prices in the 8 states in the Northeast is in New York at $3.35 a gallon, with Connecticut coming in second nationally. The average price went up in the past month from $2.96 to $3.23. The Automobile Association surveys about 1,000 gas stations in Connecticut and nearly 100,000 across the country daily to determine the average prices.
This past week was daylight savings time, but do you ever wonder why we change our clocks twice a year? The answer lies inside the sunlight. By setting our clocks back an hour in the spring, we push the extra hour of daylight at the end of our day as to opposed to the beginning. And moving the hour from the morning when virtually everyone is asleep to the end of the day when everyone is awake, we save money in electricity costs. You may have noticed that over the years, spring daylight savings time has kept creeping back a few days. This is because of the further we push it back, the more money we save. So don't get comfortable with daylight savings time being where it is now. Who knows in the future where it might be different.
On May 12th, the United States Postal Service will adjust prices for shipping services, which includes express mail, priority mail, parcel select, parcel return service, and international mail. A first-class stamp will now cost 42 cents. Customers can continue to use the Forever stamps that were purchased prior to May 12th at 41 cents, even after the price change. This rate change increases the cost of a first-class stamp by 1 cent and becomes official 1 year and 1 day after the price of the stamps rose from 39 cents to 41 cents on May 11, 2007.
There's a small pizza parlor that is making big noise in North Windham. New England Pizza and Restaurant at 319 Boston Post Road is a Greek-style restaurant that specializes in pizza, grinders, soups, and salads. There's an extensive menu full of all of your favorite delicious meals and starters made fresh from scratch by professional chefs. A new full-size bar and dining room full of culture makes for a perfect dining experience. With a grand opening to celebrate the new ownership of New England Pizza and Restaurant, we'd like to invite all of Eastern UConn students to stop by and grab a quality meal and hang out.
This year's Karen Gorn concert at Burton Levitt Theater of Willimantic is Saturday from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Gordon MacDonald and his family play and sing Scottish and Irish ballads accompanied by guitar, Irish drums, bagpipes, harmonica, banjo, and the penny whistle. Tickets are $8 and can be purchased at the door. Burton Levitt Theater is at 779 Main Street in Willimantic, so stop by Eastern to catch some authentic Irish folk music.
And we'll be right back with this week's editorial.
This portion of News 22 is brought to you by Asian Bistro.
Asian Bistro is a hibachi steakhouse, bar, and fusion sushi restaurant conveniently located in Eastbrook Mall. Asian Bistro offers only premium-grade ingredients prepared by professional chefs in a modern, clean, and simplistic atmosphere. The staff at Asian Bistro envisions, prepares, and presents every item of their food as a piece of art, following the traditions of Asian cultures from around the globe. Asian Bistro believes in a custom of friendship and encourages its patrons to be happy, be creative, and live long. And, as the Emperor said, let the party begin. Asian Bistro.
Fire safety is an important part of our well-being on campus. By taking precautions and making smart decisions, fires can be avoided. Be aware of overloaded electrical outlets. Don't leave cooking unattended, and make sure paper and other flammable materials are not placed near the stove. Preventing a fire is important, but knowing what to do if one occurs is just as important. If the alarm sounds, don't panic and evacuate immediately. Refer to your residential hall office for the quickest and safest route, and remember, never take an elevator during a fire. For more information, visit us at www.eastern.edu/depts/police.
And you are back in the studio, and we have with us James Wolfe for this week's editorial. Now, please remember, folks, the views expressed in this editorial are those of the writer and not of News 22. James?
Thanks, Cregan. Fellow students and residents of Eastern Connecticut, once every generation, this great nation is charged with a responsibility so pressing and so urgent as that which lay before us this election year. Our nation is at war. Thousands of families are losing their homes through foreclosure, and the dollar is rapidly losing value in the global market. Not since the days of the Vietnam War have the citizens of the United States of America been faced with such an important decision. We are charged with the responsibility of electing a president during a time of conflict and economic upheaval. One man or woman, black or white, Republican or Democrat, to lead us through these troubling times. Yet faced with a choice of such paramount significance, our generation looks upon these issues with indifference and disregard. Throughout our short lifetime, we have been conditioned to believe politicians are crooked, that the system is corrupt, that government is good for nothing. A deeply ingrained attitude of don't know, don't care is present throughout the majority of young voters. Most scoff at the idea that their voice could be heard, that they could make a change, that their vote matters. What difference does one vote out of millions make? At face value, the case made by this jaded and skeptical group of young people is compelling. But although their concerns may be valid, the argument is inherently flawed. By not exercising the right to vote, by not educating ourselves, by not standing up for our beliefs, ideals, and convictions, we take a route towards failure and mediocrity. It's true, the odds of one voice among a nation of voters tipping the scales in an election are undeniably slim. But the power of a generation standing firm in the face of adversity, defying the status quo, and rising up to claim back the United States of America they believe in is unstoppable. We were born into a fractured system, and we endured. We were raised during an era of unprecedented corporate consolidation and greed, and we looked the other way. Now, oil prices have risen to record heights. Over 12% of Americans live below the poverty line, and 3,987 of our American soldiers have died in a war founded on false evidence. We have ignored the system, and the system has failed us. Friends, this is our chance. The time is now. We are no longer children. We are men and women. We are students. We are workers. We are hopeful. We are young, but we are not naive. And we cannot sit idly and let this country, which we stand to inherit, fall to pieces before us. Our generation of young voters must take up an intellectual call to arms. We must stand up to politics as usual and bring about a new era, an era of true democracy, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In the words of President John F. Kennedy, we have the power to make this the best generation of mankind in the history of the world, or to make it the last. Friends, we have the power to voice our opinions. We have the power to organize, and we have the power to cast a vote to lead this country in a new direction. Let's use that power.
Well, thank you, James, for those words of wisdom. The Identity Series is an oral history series of strong women from ECSU and in the community that have diverse backgrounds. They will tell their stories, discuss their interests, and give a sense of how they struggled to arrive. The next installment of the series will take place on Tuesday, March 25th from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Women's Center. It will feature Dr. Dora Hast.
The next University Hour installment will feature Kim Addonazio. Addonazio is an acclaimed poet, novelist, and short story writer. The event will be a part of a 2-day visit by Addonazio as part of the Eastern Visiting Writers Series. The University Hour takes place on Wednesday, March 26th at 3 p.m. in the Student Center Theater. Addonazio will also be performing a reading that night at 7 p.m. in the Johnson Room of the library.
With March being Mouth Madness Month, reporter Sierra Brown seeks out the importance of dental hygiene on campus.
Here at Eastern, March is Mouth Madness Month. Students volunteered their time at the library for community service to promote dental hygiene. On Tuesday, there was a table set up in the library where students distributed dental floss, toothbrushes, and gum. It was a good chance for students to become more informed about keeping a healthy smile. We caught up with some of the volunteers to see what they think about dental hygiene.
I think it's important to keep your teeth clean because you don't want to have a really nasty smile or anything like that because people say things about you when you're not around. It's nice to, I brush 2-3 times a day, once after every meal unless I don't have a chance to, in which case I get to it right when I get a chance. So it's important to floss too. Very important.
If you missed the booth this time, it'll be back in the Library Cafe March 13th. Until then, take care of your smiles, Eastern. For News 22, I'm Sierra Brown.
Now don't forget to brush twice a day to keep your pearly whites healthy.
A Women's Appreciation Dinner will be held on Wednesday, March 26th at 6:30 in the Betty Tipton Room. This is an annual dinner done to show appreciation for the women on campus. There will be food, beverages, and music provided.
Last weekend, the Performing Arts Department featured the play Body and Sold, written by Deborah Fortson. The play is based on interviews with former victims of child prostitution. The play reveals the truth of the little discussed issue of child prostitution in the United States, something that is typically thought to only occur in other countries.
The end of the semester is getting closer, and it is almost time to sign up for classes again. Career Services is a great place to get help planning your future. They provide services to help you write your resume, cover letter, and stop by Woodsport Services for more information.
Here at Eastern, we are trying to make our campus as diverse as possible by encouraging international students to study here. Reporter Elizabeth Hilton brings us to the Intercultural Center.
I am standing outside the Intercultural Center. Let's go inside to find out more. The Intercultural Center puts on a variety of cultural events, hosting pizza parties, trips, and offering students academic support in order for them to explore different cultures and backgrounds. I got the chance to talk to Fanny and Nikita, two of the student workers, to find out about their experiences here.
And I learned a lot about different countries, and I've learned a lot about the exchange programs, about studying abroad. Now I'm interested, I want to study abroad. And it's really interesting just to learn different facts and different things about different cultures. It's really nice to, sometimes I'm at work typing on the desk and I just hear so many different languages going on, and that's really neat for me.
One thing that you will find at the Intercultural Center is that we service such a broad range of students on campus. First of all, we have academic support here. We have tutoring, so that's available to any student on campus that needs any type of resource. Math, English, science, psychology. I believe we have a psychology tutor. Just all these different subjects. Tutors in the evening will come, so a lot of students will take advantage of that. And then we have the international student component, and then Dr. Petoskey works with a lot of students on her own and little groups and things like that. And because of the events that we put on, you see a lot of students coming down here. So it's really a place where there's a great cross-reference of all the different people on campus. Everybody's welcome to come. If you notice, we have snacks in the foyer. People like to come down and take the snacks all the time. So it's really just a comfortable atmosphere. There's a lot of different colors, a lot of warm colors and things like that, just to make people feel invited. And a lot of students do come here just to use the computers or, to have a place to hang out. A lot of clubs hold their meetings here, different things. So there's a great variety of students that come down here.
I will be seeing you in the Intercultural Center. For News 22, I'm Elizabeth Hilton.
The Intercultural Center is located on the bottom floor of the Student Center next to the Women's Center.
It is getting closer to springtime, the weather is getting warmer, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the sunshine. There are many places to go that are close to Eastern that students can enjoy. If you just want to hang out and enjoy the water, Diana's Pool, which is located off Route 6 on I-98, is a great place to relax. Also, Eastern's Arboretum is a great place to take a walk with some of your friends. The entrance for this nature walk is located behind the parking garage.
The next CAB movie night will feature National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. In the film, Ben Gates goes on a journey to uncover the truth behind the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. The movie will be shown on Tuesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. in the Student Center Cafe.
With the weeks here at Eastern flying by, we would like to remind students of a couple important dates rapidly approaching. The no credit deadline as well as the course withdrawal deadline are both on April 4th. So if these deadlines affect you, be sure not to miss them.
On Monday in the Student Center Cafe, CAB presented another successful night of the Coffee House series featuring the young, soulful sounds of Jennifer Hayek. Reporter Jen Shaler has more on this story.
Singer-songwriter Jennifer Hayek performed here at ECSU as part of Eastern's Coffee House series. The series features different singers and songwriters a couple times every semester. Hayek writes her own indie music from her house in Pittsford, New York. Her sound can be described as a combination of Janis Joplin and Alanis Morissette with the piano skills of Elton John. Presently, she is working on her 5th EP. She also works in retail for GotDenim.com and as a dental assistant for her father. Although her schedule with these 3 jobs is very busy, Eastern was lucky enough to get her to perform for us as part of the Coffee House series.
Well, we found her on MySpace. Our entertainment coordinator, Stephanie, found her on MySpace, contacted her agent, and did all the workings through there. It depends who it is. The band that came Thursday, I think, appealed more to like the male side of campus, so there was like 70 people here. This one and a few others, you get a lot of girls to come too.
We caught up with Jennifer after her performance to get to know a little bit more about her.
Well, I've been doing it ever since I was a little girl. I have my mother, who is a singer. She's crazy, but I love her. 2 sisters, and they both sing and play. Musical family, and we've been just doing it ever since we were kids. I have an agency that I work with through NACA, and gave me a call, and they said, yeah, you want to play Eastern Connecticut? I said, oh, do I want to play Eastern Connecticut? Of course I do. Yes, and that's how I got here. I would definitely consider it a variety of music, everything from jazz to classic rock. Love classic rock. In the very beginning stages of my career, it was all the female empowerment type singers, Tori Amos, Natalie Merchant, Fiona Apple, Sarah McLachlan was huge to me. But I really like John Mayer right now, like probably one of my all-time favorites. The man is talented across the board. Everybody that is the full package, that can write and sing and then put it on stage.
Over the years, Hayek has gathered a loyal fan base through performing colleges in the eastern United States, performing as Enya's backup singer on Regis and Kelly, and performing on CBS's morning show, Second Cup Cafe. For News 22, I'm Jen Shaler.
Thanks, Jen. Now be sure to catch the next Coffee House series on April 14th in the Student Center Cafe.
Communications majors interested in journalism, 461 television personality Rebecca Stewart will be visiting Eastern. On March 25th, Stewart will be lecturing at the Women's Center. Listen, Stewart tells her story on how she juggles her career and family.
This year, our St. Patrick's Day lands over spring break. Reporter Katie Baker asked students about their plans.
St. Patrick's Day is celebrated every year on March 17th. I talked to Eastern's students and faculty and found out what they had planned.
Every year, my family goes to the Irish American home in Glastonbury, and they have a huge buffet, corned beef and cabbage, the whole works. And I'm gonna go there and eat myself until I am dead full.
I'm just hanging out with my roommates. They go out a lot, so we're gonna probably have some drinks. Even though it's a Monday, still get a little bit of drinks. There's nothing wrong with that.
Probably working. I really have no major St. Patrick's Day plans. I may stop by a bar for a quick drink, but other than that, that's about it.
I'm possibly just going to be sleeping in the morning, working from 2 to 10, and then right after just run to the bar. Well, for St. Patrick's Day, me and a couple of my friends, we're going to make a trip to Nike Town near like Manhattan, and we're going to just chill and party.
Probably hang out with my family and friends, eat some corned beef and cabbage, and I don't know, that's probably about it.
For St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to read my favorite book that I read always on St. Patrick's Day. It's by Stanislav O'Reilly, and it tells the story about how the Irish brought Christianity to Italy. And there was this poor country of Italy with no religion at all. They used to worship rocks and things until the Irish left Ireland and brought Christianity to Italy and especially to Rome.
For News 22, this has been Katie Baker. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Eastern.
Have a great St. Patrick's Day, Eastern. Be sure to eat, drink, and be merry.
The Women's Center, located in the Student Center's bottom floor, is putting on events throughout March and April. These events are to encourage the knowledge of women's rights and what women have been through in the past. They are showing videos and having discussions. All are welcome to participate. Find out about events coming up in the Women's Center website.
Sick of the library cafe's burnt coffee or Dunkin' Donuts inconsistency? Well, look no further, Eastern. Starbucks announced plans to open a new store on Route 6. The store will be located down the street from Walmart between Quiznos Classic Sub and the Arrow Diner. It will be replacing former restaurant Delicity and is set to open later on this spring.
On Tuesday, the Chase Institute of Business Speaker Series continue with a visit from Jeffrey Furr. Furr is the Executive Vice President and Director of Research at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. This is actually the second visit that Furr has made to Eastern in the past 2 years. In his visits, he has helped to spread remarkable knowledge of economics not only in the banking world, but also in the nation. He gave advice on how to save money, how to settle debts, and also offered insight on the ever-changing American economy, including the recent housing slum the nation has been enduring.
In the earlier chart, I showed you that some of the supports to the household balance sheet, to their net worth, to their accumulation of assets, aren't doing so well right now. The stock market is down from its peak last October. Housing prices are declining, so on average the value of people's houses are down. Those were things that were kind of automatically adding to people's net worth if they were homeowners or owned equity, which not everybody does.
Every Thursday night, we put on this live news broadcast that is shown throughout Windham County. Tonight, we are hosting our Friends and Family Night, which allows our supporters to come see how our show is put together from behind the scenes. We decided to give this a chance and let all of our viewers see just what we do behind the scenes. Reporter Ryan O'Connor is here in the studio.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. This is an exciting night for all of us here at News 22. We're going to walk this way. As you see behind me, actually, Brad, my twin brother's our camera guy. He used to work at ESPN. Isn't that cool? These are our two anchors for this show. We're having a lot of fun here tonight as we're doing Friends and Family Night. We're going to walk back this way, and we're actually going to take a trip into our control room where all the magic happens. So if we just, isn't this a great backdrop? Yeah, that's the part you don't usually see. Our foyer here. Everybody wave in this room. Hello, everybody. This is part of our friends and family who are watching us tonight here at News 22. We're having a blast bringing this to you. It's all part of a fundraiser. Brad, if we can head back this way, I'll help you walk backwards. I understand it's a little difficult. It's hard for me too. Okay, we're going to walk now into the control room. This is where all the magic takes place. And yes, a lot more faces as we see in here. I'm being told we have 30 seconds, so I need to make this quick. I need to get around the cables first, though. Okay. So we're going to try to interview the director of this show, Jeff Cullen. Now, Jeff, quickly, because I'm told we have very little time here. What is this all about?
Oh, well, today's a very special day. We brought in all the friends and families of the crew members, and they're here to support us. Stop talking. Yeah, they're here to support us, and the seniors from the crew, we're going to Las Vegas, and we're accepting donations, and everyone's here to help us out, and it's a good cause. You
guys have plenty of toys that you're playing with over here. Tell us quickly about the Grass Valley.
Well, I don't know much about anything in here. No, this is the Grass Valley video switcher. It controls all the video on the board here, and we got Vinny on the audio board right there. Wave, Vinny. What's up, Vinny? We got Chris Bussett here, just barking at us.
10 seconds. Okay, I'm being told we got to cut it now. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun going on here. It was $5 all these great people paid to come and watch us live like you're doing now on TV. I got to cut it short here. Reporting live from the control room, I'm Ryan O'Connor, News 22.
Well, Ryan, thank you very much, and that was very entertaining. Well, we'll be right back after this short break with Jen Shaler and sports. And we are back in the studio, and we're going to toss it over to Jen for sports. Ms. Shaler?
Thank you. The Eastern Connecticut State University boys lacrosse team has not opened their season the way they wanted to. Last game the boys lacrosse team played was against number 7 ranked Tufts University. They lost the game in overtime with a score of 13-12. Late in the fourth quarter, the Warriors let the lead slip away by allowing Tufts to rally from a 5-goal deficit. So far, the Warriors' record is 0-3 in the LEC early this season. The boys' baseball team has started off this season on a high note with a record of 2-1 in the LEC standings. Last Sunday, on March 9th, the Warriors went up against sunny Old Westbury and won with a crushing score of 8-1. With the precise pitching of the bullpen and the swinging of the bats, the Warriors are finding it easy to beat their opponents on the playing field. This week's Athlete of the Week comes from the boys' baseball team as well. Reporter Nick DeLizio brings us to the diamond.
The wet winter has caused severe flooding.
It's really important just to stay focused and do everything that you can to stay healthy, because it's very tiring. Basketball is a very exhausting, long sport, long game, and you just really have to mentally just stay focused and not worry about statistics or anything like that, and just play. That's what I go by. We're preparing in a lot of different ways. We just have to basically go with our coach, trust our coach 100%, because we're playing Rochester University. They're not in our conference. We've never played them before. So we're waiting to get some scouting report stuff on them. But we just really have to focus on playing our game, and hopefully that should be good enough. Well, for this season, we hope to make it far into the NCAAs. We have a really good team. This would be the year to do it, definitely. We have a lot of talent. So definitely make it past the first round, second round, and just utilize our talent to the best of our ability, and that should take us far. And then for next year, we really have to focus on the off season, getting stronger. We're losing 6 seniors, like I said, so we have to get some recruits in here, get them working, and just stay positive, because we'll have 3 starters returning. So that's great. Our main advantage is that we have 6 seniors. One just got hurt, unfortunately, our starting point guard, but these girls will step it up enough, and we're confident in everybody on the team. And another advantage is our height. Our posts are very mobile. We have great defense, so I think everything should work for us.
Stay tuned. Well, folks, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Be sure to check out our website. It's tv22.org. You can check out links, pictures, or just learn more about the club. For News 22, I'm Craig Horsley.
And I'm Devin Green. Have a safe spring break, Eastern.